Greetings, peace, and love, and welcome to my page. Today in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to support your wife during pregnancy. I'm going to be giving tips in no particular order. And if you see me looking down a lot, it's because I have a notebook. I took notes so that I don't ramble too much. And so please forgive me if I look up screen or if I look down. I am reading some notes to make sure I stay on target. My wife and I, we have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and we're currently on the third trimester of our third pregnancy. And so the tips I'm going to be sharing with you are things that have been very helpful for me and my family, and hopefully you find some value in this video. Number one is signing up for birthing classes or boot camp. By signing up for a birthing class or birthing boot camp, you will be more prepared because this really gives some great insights into the pregnancy, what goes on during each trimester, what a trimester is, and what to expect from the mother. And sometimes they give lots of support for expecting dads too during birthing boot camps. They do a great job at preparing the father so that you know exactly what to expect and how you can be helpful. Right. Number two, attending appointments. Now, during my last two pregnancies, I did not go to that many appointments as my first one. This is because I have already established a relationship with our midwife. We know her, and matter of fact, the same person who will be delivering this time delivered my son the first time. But the first time around, I was at every single, I think I only missed one appointment. I actually scheduled my off days around my wife's appointments. It is very important to show up during that time. That extra support goes a long way. And for certain demographics, for example, like African American women, they are 3 times more likely to die during a hospitalized childbirth. And so being there and being supportive and showing up for each appointment goes a long way during the pregnancy. It will amount to better treatment on the mom in certain situations. Tip number 3 is creating a birthing plan, or helping your wife create a birthing plan. A birthing plan. Now, my wife has an amazing birthing plan. In the future, I will be having her create a PDF that we can share in future videos. But you can even buy one online. A birthing plan is a really great way to kind of outline how you want things to go throughout the pregnancy and actually during the birth itself. And it adds an extra layer of just a peace of mind because you have a great checklist, and you have a better understanding of what is coming and what it is that you go to expect. Number 4 has 2 parts actually. So go on walks together, and also the second part of that is make your wife's health your responsibility during this time. She's going through so many changes during this time, and sometimes the lack of nutrients might affect not only the child but the mom's mental state as well. Just shout out to the Bay Area Community Center. When we were pregnant with our son, our first pregnancy, my wife was showing signs of depression, and the midwives who were working with at the time, they were very experienced, and so the head midwife was asking her questions, and she saw a pattern how my wife was spiraling into a depression, and she knew exactly what my wife was missing. She was low in iron. And sure enough, she's prescribed a very high dosage of iron for her, and she took that iron, and within like a day or two, I saw a significant change in my wife's attitude and mood altogether, and I had no idea supplements could make such a difference in somebody's mental state, right? Sometimes the supplements she might take might not be good enough, and so double check that with your health provider. And whenever she does have prenatals or anything that she's supposed to take, even the amount of water she's supposed to drink, make that your responsibility to check on her often and see has she taken her supplements for the day. Of course, be gentle about it, but you want to be that reminder. You want to be the one to take her out on walks so that she can work on moving her body and eating right. These things, you have a huge impact on these things by making sure you take responsibility of her health. So number 6 pertains to you, the father, the dad. You want to make sure you're taking good care of yourself during this time, right? You cannot really show up and be the best support if you are not the best physically, right? So making sure you're taking care of yourself during this time. Work out more if you can. Just do a little extra, make sure you're drinking your water, and do the best that you can so that you can show up and be more useful whenever you are needed, right? Make sure you're taking care of yourself mentally as well. Pregnancy can be really stressful on the woman, but sometimes it can be stressful on the dad as well. Take care of yourself so that you can handle all that comes with the pregnancy, right? Number 7, dream team. I have dream team on here. You want to make sure you are putting together a group of people or a list of people who will be very helpful during the pregnancy, whether that your mother-in-law, her best friend, or her sisters, or maybe your brothers or homies or whatnot. You just want to make sure you have a list of people who, whenever things can potentially get tough, these are people you can sometimes offload some of those responsibilities to. And so by having a conversation and setting boundaries and talking to these people ahead of time, whenever those times do come, if they do come, right, you have people you can lean on. Having a birthing bag. When I used to be obsessed with like watching preppers all the time back in the day, and they always were talking about go bags, right? Because we have hurricanes like crazy here, and so they always talked about having a go bag. And so you want to kind of have a go bag for the pregnancy, right? You will never know when the baby is coming, so have a list of things that you can put in a duffel bag or backpack, and just have that in the car somewhere ready to go whenever things happen. Because a quick example, we have a neighbor here in our apartment complex who she went in for a checkup because the baby was supposed to get here the next 2 weeks, and that was one of the final checkups. But when she got there, the doctor told her, actually, you need to go in labor right now. We're going to operate on you, as soon as possible, unfortunately. So instead of coming home that day, she had to stay at the hospital, and things were different from there on, right? And so, yes, they give us a due date, but we don't really know when the baby is coming. So you want to make sure you have that bag ready in the back of the car or wherever, to where, God forbid, if things were to happen, at least you are ready. Number nine is one of my important ones, actually. This here is going on dates. Make sure you're going on dates. Keep that flame going. This is somebody who is carrying your child. Obviously, you got them pregnant for a reason, right? And so making sure you're going on dates. Y'all go to the movies. This is something that advice I didn't heed at first. Actually, when we were pregnant with our son, we weren't told this, but we didn't do it. And just to give you just a brief story on that, this past summer, when my mother-in-law was in town, I took my wife to go see Jurassic Park, and that was one of the first times I was able to go watch a movie with just me and my wife, right? In 4 years, right, since my son was born. Once the child gets here, things change, y'all. Schedules change, things change, responsibilities change. And so you'll never know certain things that you were doing regularly that you might not necessarily get a chance, especially for those who maybe not the most comfortable person hiring a babysitter who's like a stranger or something like that, like in our case. And so we would rather be the ones to watch our children. But sometimes when there's family over, we take that opportunity. So make sure you're keeping that flame going, go on dates, go watch a movie, because you never know. You might not watch a movie again until like 6 months from now, a year from now, right? So take that opportunity right now before the baby gets here. Number 10 is work arrangements. Now, depending on how your schedule is set up, if you're one of those people, like when we were pregnant with my son, I had a different schedule then, and so I scheduled all of my off days around what my wife needed according to the pregnancy, whether it's us going to an appointment, or maybe she had to go to the chiropractor that day, or even now that we have multiple children, if she has to go to a chiropractor or had to do something, I had to make sure I'm available to watch the children, right? And so plan your schedule in a way that will be complimenting her. Just showing some appreciation. You want to show appreciation and give compliments. Give lots of compliments. Obviously, we know a woman's body changes during pregnancy, and especially if you have somebody maybe who might have been like very in great shape or is very body conscious or whatnot. Seeing her body change and her belly expand, you want to make sure you are still there, to keep her confidence up, give her compliments. Like I was saying in the previous tip, take her on dates and give her those compliments and show appreciation for what's going on. Put your hand on the belly, feel the baby moving, talk to the baby, appreciate what's going on, right? She's actually growing a whole human being, right? As much as I do for my family, I will never be able to grow another family member out of my stomach, right? But a woman can. Of course, not the stomach, but you know what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm talking about. But just show that appreciation. It actually will go a really, really long way. These are things that have worked for me and my family. Hopefully this is helpful for you. I'm no expert, y'all, but I know this has been very helpful in my family. Now in this next video, I'm covering some essentials, things that you might consider getting in preparation for the next baby. So I hope this video has been very helpful to you.